Hey guys, so today I want to talk a little bit more about gear, and more specifically, I want to talk about the camera body and the lens that I recommend the most to either photographers just starting out or photographers wanting to get into mirrorless photography or equipment, I guess, and also to people who are maybe just wanting to purchase a higher quality camera and lens, but they have a lower budget and they're not wanting to go over the top. So anyway, let's get into it. Okay, so let's talk about the camera body first. And this is the first mirrorless camera body that I purchased when I went from DSLR, shooting in DSLR, to mirrorless. And that is the Nikon Z5. And, now that I'm thinking about it, I want to say I spent $1,200 on it when I purchased it. I've had it for a couple of years now, but now you can find it on Amazon for just under $1,000, which is a really great price for a full frame professional mirrorless camera body. So, and I still shoot with this to this day. I also have a Z6 II, which I'm not going to talk about in this video, but this Z5 is in my camera bag at all times, along with my Z6 II. Now, the lens that I usually keep on here is the Nikkor Z lens 28 millimeter 2.8. And some people are going to think I'm crazy for recommending this lens because it is, oh gosh, I should have looked this up before I started recording, but it's a very, very inexpensive wide angle lens. And now I wouldn't recommend shooting everything always in wide angle, but let me really quick see how much this lens is. I want to say it's under $300. Okay, yes, I found it on Amazon. It is currently listed for $276. I love the images I get with this. Now, is it the best, most amazing lens on the market? Probably not. But I think starting out, this is an awesome lens to have. I mean, I shoot with this regularly. I would say too, let me pause and kind of go back a little bit more about what I shoot. I shoot newborns and families. And I would say the majority of families that I photograph are mini sessions. And I have gone through phases where I think last fall, I shot the majority of my mini sessions, my family mini sessions, with this camera and this lens. And I'm going to show some sample images from that because I'm sure there are people that don't believe that. But I love this camera and lens combo, and all together, it's under $1,300, which is just crazy. Okay, I wanted to quickly show you guys just a couple sessions that I shot last fall with this camera and lens, the 28 millimeter. And it's the only lens and camera that I used for these sessions. I'm just gonna quickly scroll through here to kind of show you the variety of shots that I got. I will say one thing I love about shooting with a wide angle lens is how you can get the sky. See all that blue sky? I love that. I also love, it does great with close-up shots. It's so pretty. You have to move around a little bit, get right up close to your subject, but I don't mind doing that. You can see I got a lot of shots. Now, I will say I am an overshooter, if you can't tell. It might be a problem, but I don't stop snapping pretty much when I'm in a session with a family. But I love that. I love getting these kind of in-between moments when they're not posed or ready for me. I think these are great. But anyway, so you can see the color is great. It's very crisp. I mean, I love the images from this session. Let's see, let me show you one more It's, oh yeah, here it is. Oh, okay, I think this was also in the fall, and this is in the exact same location. We used a couple different spots. Let me scroll back up here. But same thing, you know, I love to get a lot of shots with full sky. It's beautiful. And this was on a different day than the other session, because like you can see, I know in this part it started to get a little gloomy. But the only thing I will say, which it is not a problem for me, but with a lens like this, you don't have as much depth of field. So, you know, on some of these, let me see if I can see an example. You know, whereas if I was shooting with a 50 millimeter, you probably couldn't see any of this grass back here. It would just be a blur. And even the sky, really, I don't know if you could get that much detail in the sky, but you know, the odds of getting a strong bokeh, which is, you know, like the blurry background with this lens, is not nearly as great as it would be with, you know, like I said, a 35, 50, especially an 85 millimeter. But you also don't get these, you know, cool wide angle shots with those lenses. With the 35 you can, but you know, this is the type of framing I like to get with this lens and camera combo. But yeah, and then I still really love, you know, the close-up stuff. Anyway, you get the idea. I use this lens a lot. Okay, so to wrap this all up, basically I think this is a great starter camera if you're just getting into mirrorless, or if you're just looking for a camera in general. And this lens is also great, even if you're not just starting out. If you're looking to experiment with a new wide angle lens, you cannot beat this lens because of the price. I think it does a great job. It's not going to break the bank. Highly recommend it. I will say one other little tip as far as post-processing, like when you're editing your photos. I will say the photos tend to have a little bit stronger of a vignette, which is a darker outer edge, and there's a little bit of warping. But it's a very, very easy fix in Lightroom. You just click the lens correction to turn on the lens correction in Lightroom, and then select Nikon. It will automatically make all the adjustments, and sometimes it will brighten the image so much that you need to bring the exposure back down just a tiny bit. Very easy fix. I have both of those set into my preset already when I edit images from this lens. So it's not something I think about anymore. I do want to mention it though, that there will be a little more vignetting than you're probably used to seeing on another lens, and some people like the vignetting. I think it's actually kind of coming back in style maybe. But to wrap things up, I have added the links below to both the lens and the camera on Amazon to make it easy to find. If you're interested in reading reviews or purchasing them, they're just below the video to make your life easier. And I'm hoping this was super helpful to at least one person, and hope you guys have a great one. Bye.